What is good YouTube, Warstu here with a video on Avengers Endgame, aka Avengers 4, aka Annihilation, aka it was never called Annihilation and it was so wrong. So the closer we get to the Avengers 4 movie actually coming out, the more that's revealed from other movies, etc. Even going back to Thor 3. So it's now being revealed, well not really being revealed, but you got to think about it. So Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet isn't the original one, is it? No. It's actually a fraudulent one, a fake one. Why? Because I was watching Thor again the other day, and Hela says in the Asgardian vault, Odin's trophy room I guess you could say, there's an Infinity Gauntlet in there. And she says it's a fake, but Hela's being locked away for thousands upon thousands of years. So how would she know if it's fake or not? Because she would have known about that before she was trapped away. So then in Avengers Infinity War, Thanos gets a gauntlet that is created by the Dwarf King, played by Peter Dinklage. So therefore, Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet isn't even the original Infinity Gauntlet. It is a forged one, and there's a Reddit post that literally says something very similar to this, if I remember correctly. So why does Thanos' Gauntlet stop working after a singular use? Because it's probably not even the real Infinity Gauntlet, it's a fraudulent copy of it. Because Hela said fake. Now that obviously means she's seen the original one. So when Thor was attacking Thanos, obviously the Stormbreaker overpowered Thanos. And I've been thinking about it a lot recently because I think about Avengers stuff quite a bit because obviously that's the main context of the channel currently. So Thanos' Gauntlet, it's not that it wasn't powerful enough, it's that it's a fake. So when it was created to obviously burn out after one use, obviously after the finger snap, and it looks like it's literally permanently scarred or damaged or indent into his skin of the Mad Titan, I guess you could say. So why am I saying this? Because the recent Avengers 4 leaked concept art, or I guess you could say revealed concept art, like actually released concept art, that's appeared absolutely everywhere on Twitter. We see Thanos with the armor and the Infinity Sword, or what I'm calling the Infinity Sword, although the Infinity Sword's never actually been properly used in comics. Why would he have that if the Gauntlet was still in use? So that's just something to think about before we actually get into today's contextual of the video. So I came across an absolutely awesome Reddit post, and I will leave the description link in the description down below like I always do. And it says things won't be as crazy as we think. And yeah, just like the screenwriter Stephen McFeel says that no one actually has a clue. So let's get into this. So it says, unless I'm wrong, the Gauntlet is burnt out after the snap, but the stones are functional. Thanos uses the Space Stone to port away from Thor after the snap. So the stones still work, but probably can't be combined anymore. That also means that all the stones are with Thanos on the planet he ported to, though he may not be directly wielding them anymore as he drops the Gauntlet, well, assuming that there will be no resistance heading his way. So the basic skeleton outline for this idea is pretty cool, so that's why I'm going over it. We like to go over other people's theories, ideas, and give creditation on this channel. So the remaining Avengers basically disbanded and go their separate ways to mourn, recover, prevent anarchy in the wake of the snap. Captain Marvel saves Tony from dying in space while responding to Nick Fury's distress signal. I mean, I went over that. I mean, that's the most logical reason, I guess, but I could see Tony saving himself. So I don't really agree with that part because it makes more sense if Iron Man is to save himself. Scott Lang emerges from the quantum realm, seeks out help from the remaining Avengers. Scott reappears along with the arrival of Captain Marvel, and Tony ignites a spark of hope in Cap, Widow and Banner, who then regroup the troops, including a annoyed Hawkeye, and most importantly Thor and Rocket. Rocket and Thor explain how Eitri still has forged a mold for the Infinity Gauntlet, and the plan comes together. Part of the team go to help reconstruct the Gauntlet, while part go to locate Thanos and reclaim the stones. Between Captain Marvel, Thor and the Avengers have enough punch to make a real fight, even if Thanos is using the stones, handicapped to one at a time, unlike in Infinity War. Eventually the team reunite, and either Cap or Tony will wear the Gauntlet. Interesting objects. Tony is the genius of the MCU. I guess Shuri's more clever really, but we don't know where she is. But I'd still put my money on Cap wearing it. Whoever uses it revives everyone dusted by Thanos, but are also overwhelmed by the power of the stone and vanish as the newly spent Gauntlet drops to the ground. Thanos sees his plan ruined, loses control for the first time on screen, flies into an absolute rage. Bruce, seeing his friend sacrificed himself, finally unleashes the Hulk, and the Avengers, in a scene of pure anarchy, beats Thanos into dust. I bet Nebula lands the killing blow. Side note, speaking of Nebula, which she isn't with Tony on the ship in the trailer, I kind of disagree with that dude. I think she is. If she was on Titan with him during the snap, maybe she goes off for revenge and ends up being the one who locates Thanos for the Avengers. In my opinion, the scenario is simple enough, while giving space for individual character arc and allowing for the final sacrifice, emotional farewell for one or more of the founding four. This also keeps the heroes from falling ass deep into the time travel, Doctor Strange time loop shenanigans, or spending the whole movie hunting down the stones, Dragon Ball Z style, something I've suggested on here before. So this theory is really interesting. Essentially, it's suggesting that everyone is wrong, that they're not going to be saved by time travel or by the quantum realm, which is very interesting. So instead of going down the route saying they're going to time travel back in time and make all the stones alter the past, essentially just says they're going to go get the stones off Thanos and then take him out one by one. And that is how the remaining Avengers are going to return. It's the most peculiar theory I've come across. It doesn't even engage the multiverse, time travel, or the quantum realm. So I don't really think that's going to happen, but I do like to go over interesting concepts on this channel. I mean, I don't think it's going to be as complex as what everyone is saying. I mean, personally, I think it'd be something like the butterfly effect, maybe, but it is interesting. And on the actual Reddit post, it got 88% upvoted, which is pretty positive reaction, so to speak. But it is then interesting, because we know Tony Stark made Thanos bleed. So he is the only one that realistically, in my opinion, can have the final blow. Of course, this is only a theory that says Avengers EndGame theory. Things won't be as crazy as we think. And I think that actually is spot on. I think everyone, a bunch of YouTubers, everyone that actually talks about this stuff, I think we're thinking too deep and hard about how they're actually going to defeat Thanos. And realistically, it's not really going to be that hard to defeat Thanos. He's already hurt. The Gauntlet's like burnt into him. So I think we've got a weakened Thanos. Because remember in Avengers Infinity War, Thanos took his armor off as he got the stones. But we've seen in concept art, Thanos has his armor back on, which means he's hurt. And I honestly think that the Gauntlet is fake. That's why I said the bit at the start. It's a fortunate one. It's a kind of revamped one. And possibly the Infinity Gauntlet that was in Odin's trophy room, obviously Asgard got blown up because of Ragnarok. I honestly think that possibly could have been the real one. So the theory that Tony Stark's going to make his own gauntlet, yeah, it could be true, really could be true. We did see in Avengers Infinity War, there's still a mold for it, but still that would be a fake one. Whether Captain America is going to be the person to wield it or not, we're not going to do another Tony Stark dies, Captain America dies video, because yeah, we've been over them a bunch of time, but it's an interesting concept. But it's not true, because we've already had it confirmed by several people that the quantum realm is gonna be pretty important. Major characters, major actors in this movie have already confirmed that. I just think it's an interesting concept that maybe they just hunt down wherever Thanos is, and seeing as he won't be able to use the full force of the Infinity Gauntlet because it's fake, or because he fears what will happen if he does use it. And it does line up with a plot leak saying that Thor and Captain Marvel will have an army to take on someone but we don't actually know who it's going to be. So it's just an idea, which is kind of basic idea, but I really can't see it being that basic because we know this movie is going to be 3 hours long. I don't really think that's going to take place. I prefer the idea when they alter time and past, they alter the past, so there's ripple effects. So obviously Loki's death would have been real, but because they alter the past, Loki would therefore be alive after Avengers Endgame, and that's why I think people like Loki will return, because it will alter it to the point where the fight on Wakanda didn't go down the way it actually went down, but ultimately the final battle is going to have to be in Wakanda forever in order for contextually for it to make any sense. Anyway guys, let me know all your ideas down below. I'm still giving away this Infinity Gauntlet Hasbro because I can't pick a winner, guys. Just literally to win it, I want to give it away as soon as possible because it's ridiculous now. I've been trying to give it away since New Year's Eve. So guys, just comment down below your craziest theory on how the whole movie is gonna go down. Put some time into it and I will pick a winner from the comment section in this current video. So like always guys, please like, subscribe and comment. If you want to follow me on Instagram at Warstu, and if you want to follow the coolest person ever on Twitter at MULTIVERSE, but I'm only joking about that because that's not really true. Anyway guys, I will catch you in another video very soon. I am doing a Q&A on my new camera, vlog style, so drop any comments down below, any questions or any stuff, and if you do want to work with me or, I don't know, hire me for something, well, I don't know why you would do that, but if you do want to reach out to me, the best way is warstubusiness@gmail.com, but I'd prefer if you used Instagram unless it's for business inquiries only. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.